Hello YouTube, this is my first ever YouTube video. On my new channel I have dubbed Taquan. So to whoever is watching this, thank you. I hope you enjoy and I hope you appreciate the amount of passion that I have for One Piece and will allow me to keep making more of these videos. So let's just jump right in. We are on chapter 1091 titled Sentomaru. The chapter begins with the Marines still fighting the Sea Beasts and the Pacifistas. I haven't seen anything too impressive from the Vice Admirals yet, so I'm not really too interested in them. Talk about matchups yet. Finally, we get back to Kizaru, and he's fighting Sentomaru. Sentomaru, so far, he's actually putting up a better fight than I thought he would. It doesn't seem like Kizaru is really trying at all, and you can tell that Kizaru does care for Sentomaru in a way, but Kizaru is the king of keeping away his personal life from his work life, and he ends up just kind of mollywopping him after we get a little Sentomaru backstory, and we just see how Vegapunk hires him on to be a bodyguard. And I still don't know the correlation between Kizaru and Vegapunk or what their story is. So Kizaru gets a hold of the authority chip and redirects all the pacifistas to target the Sea Beasts attacking the Marines. So now I don't think we're going to have to worry about the Sea Beasts anymore. The Marines are going to step onto the island, and we're going to get more of a war, I guess. And then we still see Saturn sitting on the ship. It doesn't seem like he's going to be doing too much this arc. I feel like if Straw Hats beat Kizaru, then maybe Saturn will take action, but I don't think that we're going to get a full-on fight with him. I think that maybe we'll get a glimpse at maybe his power-up, whatever devil fruit he has or other form he has before the Straw Hats escape, because by the end of this arc, they're not going to have a lot of energy to take on an Elder. From far as I know, they're going to be pretty powerful and more of an endgame villain. We see Kizaru zip up to Punk Records using his light powers because he's able to bypass the barrier. And I know a lot of people are saying that this interaction, a little bit of spoiler, that this interaction with Kizaru and Luffy is a little bit too early on, but we just got to realize that Kizaru, he likes to move fast. Just in this chapter alone, we've seen he's already taken care of Sentomaru, gotten a hold of the authority chips, already got up to Punk Records, and is already engaging Luffy. I mean, he has the power of light. We already knew that he was going to be moving fast. He's not the type to stand idly by. He's very confident in his abilities, and he's here to do a job. People hold him in very high regard. Once Kizaru gets up to Punk Records, you can see him saying a quote that he wishes he could add old friends to the list of things that he could protect, that he doesn't have to destroy. But he realizes what he needs to do. Now that Kizaru has finally arrived, Lucci has finally gained the confidence to actually break out of the situation that he's in, and completely disregarding Kaku. You can kind of see here how much respect Lucci actually has for Kaku, because he didn't even think of cutting him in on the idea of what he was about to do, because he has Kizaru now. Compared to fucking Kizaru, Kaku's not going to do shit to help, so I don't know how long Kaku's going to be in this little bubble that Sanji put him in. But Lucci tries to attack Vegapunk, and Stussy steps in and takes the hit. Let's just get this out of the way now. I don't think that Stussy's going to die. We've seen so many people get killed. I mean, not killed, sorry. Being attacked by the finger pistol, and not many have... Not any have died except for Izo and Wano that I can think of. He was hit with the finger pistol, and I guess that finished him off. But I'm not here to shit on Izo. Izo went out like a G. But I do think Stussy's still going to be alive. Zoro intervenes, and Lucci blocks Zoro's attack, and we see them going flying out of the building. Now, I'm actually really excited for this matchup, because if this goes the distance, I don't know how quickly Zoro's going to dispatch Lucci, but I already know now that he's going to beat the brakes off of him, unless we see Lucci pull out some moves that he didn't use on Luffy. Depending on how this fight goes, this is the closest that we're going to get to see the power difference between Luffy and Zoro, because we saw Luffy just manhandle Lucci in Gear 5th without even taking a hit. Now, if Lucci actually gives Zoro some problems, we're going to see how far ahead Gear 5th Luffy really is, like, beyond Zoro. And I really hope that's not the case, because right now, with Zoro's Conqueror's Haki, I think he has a higher damage output than Luffy should have. So I think if he gets a hit in on Lucci, that's going to fucking hurt him hard. So I'm excited to see that play out. Kizaru spots the Straw Hat ship, and Luffy, with his observation Haki, obviously senses that Kizaru has arrived, and he steps off to deal with the situation. And we see that Luffy is a pretty far distance away from Kizaru before they engage. And then, in the very next panel, Luffy straight kick to Kizaru's arms. I've seen some people saying that, oh, Kizaru's not using Haki here, he's not taking him seriously. People really want to hype up the Admirals really hard. And I think Admirals are going to be strong as no matter what. I think the Admirals have always been powerhouses. Even in Marineford, we've seen the threat that they pose to Whitebeard. And yes, Whitebeard was old, but now we're going to see an actual fight. This is going to be Luffy's first, I'd say, serious fight since Wano in Gear 5th. And let's just take into account that Kaido was heavily weakened when he was in this Gear 5th form. So we've never seen somebody the same caliber as Kaido. And I'm not going to power scale right now saying that Kizaru is stronger than Kaido or whatever, but right now Kizaru is at 100%. When Luffy was in Gear 5th against Kaido, I don't think Kaido was 100%. If they were both 100%, I think it would have been a completely different story. So now I think that Luffy is going to get a run for his money. I don't think he's going to lose, but he might even need some help from the rest of his crew until, they're preoccupied with, say, the Vice Admirals or some other outline factor that I haven't gone over yet. I don't think Luffy's going to go Gear 5th right away, which I'm honestly surprised because he went Gear 5th right away with Lucci, but when it came to Kizaru, he didn't want to go Gear 5th yet. So I think that Kizaru is going to get a good hit in on Luffy before he goes Gear 5th. I wonder how much Kizaru is going to actually hold back, because we heard Kizaru say that he needs mineralized damage to Punk Records, the Power Station, and York. So he needs to keep those three things protected. So he can't go completely all out. There's a lot of things going on right now, and it's still very early into the arc for this fight to happen. I don't think it's bad that this fight is happening now. I'm very excited. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff out of Luffy that we haven't seen before. My favorite part about Kizaru, and the one reason that I've wanted to see him fight even more, is because his little light effects. I love the effects, and this fight is going to look visually just amazing, and I think it's just going to look super cool. That's all for this chapter. Let me know what you guys think, and if you tuned in, thank you for watching. Please don't be too harsh on me. This is my first video, and I want to keep making more and improve, because obviously I'm not a pro yet, as you can tell. I need to get better at being in front of the camera, but I'm really serious about this, and I want to keep doing this. Just even if nobody listens, I just want a platform where I can talk about the thing I love most in the world, One Piece. Until the very end, in that very last chapter, I want to make a video just about how much this series has really impacted my life, and how much it means to me, and how much I know it means to you guys. So I'm signing off. Talk One. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want, and I'll be back. I'll see you guys next chapter.